Welcome to another edition of Chaplain John with Chaplain John Sayers, featuring special reports and interviews with people doing kingdom ministry in Tulare County and beyond. And now, here's Chaplain John.
Hey, today is June 29th, Wednesday, and I'm recording this. And I guess my theme would be, does God have a purpose for us getting COVID? Yeah, that's the theme. Sounds good to me. Yeah, because Gail and I have COVID now, and we're on the late stages of it, feeling better. Just feel really tired. And I've had other people tell me that have gotten COVID. That's one of the symptoms. You just are so tired. In fact, I feel guilty. I feel like I'm being lazy. And I've been getting some good encouragement. No, you're not lazy. You're just tired. That's one of the symptoms of it. And then I got the feeling, thinking, and forgive me, this is a little reflection of my life a bit, of how I felt. What is my purpose? What's going on? How I could go back way earlier. But there was a time I got out of high school and I tried going to junior college and that didn't fly for me. And so I didn't know what my purpose. So I worked for a company. I drove a truck for a year, which was dangerous in my driving because, as you know, I don't drive anymore, but still felt that wasn't really where God wanted me to be. And a good friend of mine, Mr. Lewis, who's with the Lord now, who went to our church, he said, Johnny, what are you doing in your world right now? What are you doing? He said, well, why aren't you back at college? He goes, well, Mr. Lewis, you know, that didn't fly for me. It just didn't work. He goes, well, go back to junior college. Taste a little bit of this. Taste a little bit of that. And while you're tasting, you can get your general ed stuff out of the way. Look at it as a smorgasbord. I'll never forget. That's what he said. Look at it as a smorgasbord. So I tried that. I went and tasted this. I tasted that. And then I tasted something I really liked. I took a speech class. And oh my gosh, I ended up having a speech major. Guy graduated University of Fullerton with a speech major. Now, when you graduate with a speech major, what do you do with a speech major? Well, some were staying in for a few more years to get their teaching degree so they could teach speech. Yeah, I didn't know I wanted to do that. Some became, the joke was, well, you can be a good car salesman because you know how to do a speech. That didn't fly with me. Or you become a pastor. Well, there's the route I took. Went through seminary, 3 more years, became ordained, and for some 30 years, mainly through the state of Washington, I was pastoring. And towards the end of that, I was getting close to 50, and I'm not sure this was flying for me anymore. Something was restless within me. And so, Gail and I prayed about this, we talked about this, and I left the pastor ministry. And for a while, yes, Gail and I are going to churches, but I got the feeling, well, what am I? If I can't preach to people every Sunday, if I can't have that forum to share about you, God, what's my purpose? Well, during that time, I started doing volunteer ministry at the Walla Walla State Penitentiary. And I found, wow, how exciting it was to be in that ministry. And then I heard about Good News Jail and Prison Ministry. And that's what got us to Visalia in 2005. And for 15 years, I was a chaplain in the Tulare County jails. And yet, towards the end of that, I was kind of losing the joy, losing the passion. And so I retired. And I remember about a month after retirement, I went to one of my favorite coffee shops, the Cafe 210. I still go there. Now it's probably a couple of weeks after that. And that young waitress there, she said, Chaplain John, you going to have your normal? And my normal is a glass of milk and chocolate chip cookies. They make great chocolate chip cookies there. I said, yeah, I'm going to have my normal, but I'm not sure. I'm really not a chaplain anymore. I retired. And I'll never forget, she looked at me and she said, you were always Chaplain John. Boy, And I got to thinking, maybe I still am a chaplain. So even in retirement, I started a ministry. I have about 8 businesses I go to during the week, and I pray for them. I'm their chaplain. And if you're watching this, and my businesses watching this, the reason I haven't been around a lot is because I got COVID, but it's coming to the end of that. And so now with the COVID, I'm saying, God, what is my purpose during this time of COVID? I can't even wave walk. I love wave walking. I'm tired. What's my purpose, God? And I started thinking of other people that have lost things in their life. They've lost their health. They've lost their loved ones. And God, do they still have a purpose? Yes, they do. You still have a purpose for them. And so in this time of COVID, God, do I still have a purpose? And I believe God is saying, yes, you do. Not sure what it is yet, but I'm ending this chaplain chat talk because I'm getting kind of tired and I need to take a rest. Could my purpose be God wants me to take a rest? God bless. And this is to go on my journey of the wave walker, which I missed for a couple of weeks, but I'm getting better. God bless. COVID has a purpose, at least for me.